Hey, Omar, how are you?
I am doing amazing. How are you doing today?
I am excited because you are one of my most favorite people in Hollywood. No pun intended.
Yeah,
You see what I did right there?
I sure did. That's a double entendre.
Okay, but just congratulations on everything. Your career is just flourishing. It's just abundantly blessed. Just congratulations on everything past, present, and future.
Thank you so much. Appreciate that.
And I'm super excited about you joining the Raising Canaan family, but that's a conversation for another day. Okay,
Right.
we'll get
Yeah.
back to that. We'll get back to that. Okay, so Omar, we're about the same age. We are
Okay.
actually the same age. And I grew up on Halloween. So I
Oh,
know
did
you
you? Yes,
did
yes.
too.
I did big
So,
time. Yes.
so what is that like for you going from growing up on a iconic franchise to becoming a part of it?
You know, when they asked me to come and do the film, the first thing I could think about was Jamie Lee Curtis. Think about Laurie
Mhm.
Strode, and thinking
Yes.
about how badass she was. I was like, yo, this is a no-brainer. I gotta do this movie, man. And like you said, we grew up on those horror movies, the Jasons and the Michael Myers and the Freddys. And I'd never in a million years thought that I would be a part of the franchise. But now that I am, it's been mind-blowing.
I can only imagine. So tell us about Sheriff Barker.
Well, Sheriff Barker he's a guy who's a sheriff of a very sleepy town. Nothing ever happens there
Mhm.
except for the Halloween night that Michael Myers escapes from a mental institution.
Right.
And his whole world is turned upside down. So you have to remember that this movie takes place the same night as the movie that came out in 2018. It's just a continuation of it. So
Right.
he's just used to being a guy who's helping get cats out of trees and an occasional hit and run or something like that to a
Right.
man who has to stop a mass murdering psychopath.
Yeah. Talk about a night on the job, right?
Right.
So speaking of the 2018 film, so growing up on the Halloween franchise, there are certain franchises that scared me to death as a child. So I had to work through it to go see the new ones.
Right.
So I went to see the one in 2018. And of course, I was super embarrassed because I screamed out loud in the theater. Shout out to me. And so I was thrilled to find out that they were doing two more sequels to add on. And then I was even more excited to find out that you would be a part of that.
Right.
So, with it being a continuation, but of course, the film was pushed back because pandemic. So how has that been for you? Because you have steadily been working, like the
Right.
grind continues nonetheless. So how has that been for you working through the pandemic and some of the changes that you have to go through on set in order to get these films and projects done?
Yeah, it's a little different now because, before I could have all my friends, my loved ones, my kids, or whoever might come on set and hang out with me for a whole day. Now, nobody can come on set unless they're tested or vaccinated or something like that. And I mean, like that day, and they don't let people come on anymore. And what was amazing what was trippy about the movie not coming out until now, it's supposed to come out last year, that a lot of the things that happened in that movie were sort of happening in 2020.
Mm-hmm.
In the early 2000, in the early this year, storming of the Capitol and all of that type of stuff. And I talked to the director. I talked to David Gordon Green about it. Like I said, this is like, especially like last year during all the riots and everything.
Yeah.
I was like, it's crazy. Like our film really reflects a lot of that stuff, man. And and I talked to somebody earlier today, and they said that did you guys use a lot of the stuff that went on last year? I'm like, we shot that movie in 2019. And I was like, it's just that art sometimes come before real life. And that's
Absolutely.
exactly what happened. So yeah, just with the pandemic and everything, it's crazy because, everybody had the time off. I probably had about a month or two off.
Right.
And I had to go and do other things. People were trying to figure out how we're going to work. And as soon as they figured out how we were going to work in this pandemic and in the society now, they put us back to work right then and there. But it just hit a little bit different.
It did. And another thing that I thought was super dope about Halloween Kills, and thank you for sharing that, because a lot of people really don't understand the process of filmmaking. They think a film is made a week before we see it. And,
Right.
The fact that, in Halloween Kills, without giving away too much, it was a community effort. that came to rid something negative in the community. So you're right.
And made mistakes along the way.
Absolutely. Grave mistakes. But another thing that I absolutely loved about it was how Halloween Kills also goes back and brings back some old faces.
Yes.
And I always think that's dope, especially for me watching that as a child and getting to see, because we always wonder whatever happened to such and such. Right. And then we get the opportunity to see these people come back and try to, get their just due for what happened to them in previous times. Right. So I'm just super excited.
Yeah, it was really cool because, these are the people who were in those earlier Halloween films. And to see that they're still, hypothetically, those characters are still a part of the community and they are still affected about what happened, that Halloween, and what was that, 78 or whatever it was, the first one. And then they're like, we're standing up. It's no more. We're not letting this ever happen again. And so that was a really good story. That was a good storytelling on Danny McBride and David Gordon Green's side on that.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. So I wanted to ask you a few questions about Halloween and how it pertains to your life. Now, I don't know about you, Omar, but my grandma didn't play Halloween too much because, I was raised by my great grandma. So were you allowed to celebrate Halloween as a child?
Oh, yeah, I was. I dressed up every year. Whoever it was, Superman, Batman. I got and then I got older. I started being a little bit more innovative. I think I was dressed up as King Jaffe Joe for 1 year.
Okay,
had the lion over my shoulder, and so I had a good. I always had Halloween. I'll have fun. I'm going out. Me and my boys are going out this year. We're dressing as the Reservoir Dogs. So we're doing that. But yeah, I've always loved. I like to dress up.
Do you recall?
I'm an actor. I love dressing up.
Absolutely. Fair enough. Yeah. Do you recall what your favorite childhood Halloween costume was?
Let me think about that.
Like one of your faves that you just.
I think my brother and I were Batman and Robin. My brother and I were Batman and Robin. He was Batman and I was Robin.
Okay. Bringing diversity to Batman and Robin. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. The Dorsey boys. Awesome. Yeah.
Now, are you team candy corn or nah?
You know what, man? Candy corn is so sweet. And you can get so sick. The flavor is okay, but it's just, you can get so sick, man. You eat too much of it. And it's so small, you got to shove 5 or 6 of them in your mouth at one time.
Yeah.
Are you?
No, I'm not team candy corn. Nah. Okay. I can digest it. It's okay, but it's not my top preference. When my kids go trick-or-treating and they come home, I'm going for the Snickers.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. And I'm going for the Nestle.
And I'm here to test. To make sure, remember they used to say razor blades in there. I want to make sure. Let me eat this.
I got to make sure this candy's safe for you.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And cut back on that dental bill.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you already know.
Absolutely. Okay, my last question for you. What is your favorite flavor of ice cream? We are Ice Cream Convos. I got to know.
You know what? It's butter pecan.
Yes.
I love
and it's so
pecan.
funny because whenever someone says butter pecan, I always wait to see if they say butter pecan or butter pecan.
Yeah, it's either or.
I'm from South Jersey. We say butter pecan.
It is a pecan. It is. You know what? I eat pecans, but I eat butter pecan ice cream.
There it is.
Does that make sense to you?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. It makes total sense.
Good.
Well, just congratulations, Omar, again. I am definitely one of your biggest fans and I dare someone to challenge me on that. And just congratulations again. And it's been such an honor talking to you. And Halloween Kills opens in theaters on October 15th. And you can stream it on Peacock if you're scared to go to the theaters.
Right.
But thank you so much and have a great day. And I'll talk to you soon.
All right, for sure.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.